Good morning, everyone. Yesterday was the tip-off of the 2025-26 NBA season, and boy, was it incredible. It's great to have basketball back. I forgot how great of a sports month October is until you're really in the thick of it, and the World Series is going on, NBA season's tipping off, college football's in full swing, NFL is unpredictable as ever. It's just about as fun as it can possibly get. So, yesterday we had our first NBA games, and things kicked off with the Thunder versus Rockets. Maybe the closest thing to a Western Conference rivalry there is. Those teams are always battling it out, and right now they're both really good. This game was fantastic. The Thunder shot particularly poorly from three-point range. Granted, the Rockets didn't shoot great either. It is the opening part of the season. Shooting is always a little shaky. But it was a great game. Double overtime game in this one. Thunder trailed for a while. They came back in the fourth. Shea hit some incredible shots. Things were sent to overtime. Then in single overtime, they had a chance again. I think it was like 3 or 4 seconds. And Shea got the ball, and the elbow got blocked. And then double overtime, they ended up clutching it up by getting ahead, forcing free throws, and winning. And yeah, Alperen Sengun had 39 points for the Rockets. He led their way in scoring. Durant added 23. He was 0-4 from 3. Pretty inefficient night for Durant standards. I mean, 0-4 from 3 is not great to begin with. But Durant didn't shoot well. Amen Thompson, 0-7 from 3. He had some sort of leg injury at the end of this one and couldn't go. And I think that was the difference. Without him defending at the top of the key, they didn't have a chance to slow down Shea. They tried to play the zones. Shea split the zone. The zone was pretty shaky. So, yeah, as well, Reed Sheppard. I've been a fan of Reed Sheppard. I was hopeful that he would step in and be a better point guard for them, but he did not shoot particularly well. He didn't distribute the ball as well as he could have. And, yeah, they have a hole at point guard. So, take it how you want it. This team can still be good. This team can be great, but I don't think. It's the early part of the season. You need a point guard. You need someone you can rely on to bring up the ball on offense. And with Thompson out of there at the end of the game, with Sheppard really not playing well down the stretch, I wonder what this team's ceiling is without ball handlers. They were asking Durant to bring up the ball some. They were asking. It was a lot of Sengun running the offense. I just think that they would really benefit from some ball handling help. Here on the other side for Oklahoma City, it's Oklahoma City. They won the championship. Chet played great. They didn't shoot well. Lou Dort, 0 of 8 from 3. Not much better than Amen Thompson, 0 of 7. In fact, a little bit worse. Cason Wallace played great. He was the biggest X factor for me. 4 steals in this one in the second half. Shot 50% from the field. 3 of 8 from 3. He added a double-digit points as well. They got 16 points from Mitchell off the bench. That was huge. He hit some threes. Aaron Wiggins, some points. If this bench can contribute, then OKC is going to be filthy. So I think some of these guys as well, they're going to get guys back healthy. They're going to get, guys down the stretch are going to just improve as the season goes on. But even with their starting lineup alone, they're so good. And when you keep them in close games, we saw them be able to win close against the Pacers. They're so good on the defensive side with Wallace, with Dort, with Chet and Hartenstein down low. The double big lineup ran great for them tonight, and I was really impressed. So, yeah, I think the Rockets are still going to be really good, but I do worry just about not having a point guard. So, yeah. And on to the other game, the Warriors-Lakers. The Warriors got ahead in this one, and they just kind of controlled it. It wasn't as back and forth. There's still some good things to take away. So the Warriors got great contribution off the bench. This was one kind of a different script of a game. They shot well from 3. Kuminga had 4 threes. Curry had 3. Buddy Hield had 5 threes off the bench and 17 points. Just a classic Buddy Hield game. And yeah, it was really weird seeing Al Horford in a Warriors jersey. That one still feels wrong. I don't know how that's really supposed to make them better. He looked okay, but yeah, their size is questionable. there's a lot of things questionable in my mind about this roster. So they won this game, but what is their big lineup? I mean, you go from a twin tower look in the other game with Şengün and Steven Adams, Hartenstein and Chet, to this game where there's not really a center on the floor. So for the Warriors, I mean, they had it. Looking down here, it's Horford. They've got Draymond. They were running Draymond there defending the bigs for the Warriors. And, yeah, I don't really understand it. So I have a lot of questions for this Warriors team. The health is another thing. They're old. We'll see. We'll see on them. I'm not really sold. And I know the Lakers lost this game. Luka scored 43. They didn't shoot well at all. And they lost by 10. I think without LeBron, it's going to be a struggle in this opening stretch. You just saw that. I feel like J.J. Redick is not doing a good job with this Lakers bench. And I don't know if his style is to not play the bench guys. I don't know if the bench guys are really just not that talented. It's kind of hard to know for me. I mean, you got 1 3 out of 8 attempts off the bench. You got 18 points total. That's hard. When the Warriors get 18 points and you're only out of one player, what are you supposed to do? Your starters are playing 41 minutes for Luka. I mean, in an opening night, I know it's skinny Luka, and he looked great on the floor. He's getting to his spots well, stopping and going, using his size. It didn't look like he was less physical, really. The shooting comes and goes with Luka. It's opening night as well. I'm not putting a whole lot of weight on the shooting. But what is this Lakers bench? In the same way, everyone has weaknesses, of course, right? Some teams don't have a bench. Some teams, they don't have big. Some teams can't shoot. This Lakers team, I worry not only about their shooting, but their bench. Why? I mean, to me, I think Dalton Knecht is a great shooter. He's certainly better than Marcus Smart and Jake LaRavia here you were throwing out there. So let him get in there. Let him shoot. I mean, they need shooting help. They need scoring help off the bench. They need to give these guys a rest. Having Gabe Vincent play 30 minutes, I mean, good gosh, we saw him play last year. That was rough. So I wonder about some of those roster decisions and how they're supposed to get better in the future. I mean, if there's talk about the skinny Luka MVP campaign, he's got the storylines, but we haven't really seen. I mean, it is opening night, but I don't know how this team is going to win enough games. I worry generally about their consistency without a good bench, without great defense, without great bigs. Ayton was fine. I mean, he had 10 points, 6 rebounds. He had a lot of turnovers, but that's how it goes with Ayton. And, yeah. So, that's there for the NBA. I wanted to also talk some about college football, specifically about the coaching carousel. We've seen all these coaches get fired in the past couple weeks, and one moment. We've seen all these coaches get fired in the past week or so, and then there's all these guys in talks about who's going to be the next big coach. So I just wanted to talk about some of the people that are high on the candidate list, some people that are maybe undervalued. I think, there's some questions. So we've seen Napier, of course, and James Franklin get fired. And some people there's whispers in the wind about Brian Kelly getting fired. Obviously Bill Belichick just got hired, but North Carolina's been pretty abysmal this year. Wouldn't be shocked if he's out. Mark Stoops could be out for Kentucky. That one's questionable. I know Norvell for Florida State he's been kind of under fire. There was some report that came out this week about how they weren't going to fire with him. They were going to stick with him. But if he keeps losing ACC games, I don't know what they can do. Is Mike Elko in the coaching rumors? There's all these guys that are kind of undervalued from the coaching standpoint. So, for example, Marcus Freeman, $7 million a year, 26th in pay. He's going to be highly sought after for programs. Even if he's not interested, they're still going to pursue just because he's been so great. So Notre Dame needs to pay him more. And, I guess that's what my tuition's going to now. But let's pay let's pay Marcus Freeman more. Kenny Dillingham for Arizona State, is he on the way out? Is he, are they going to keep him around? He's been great. He's been great at establishing the program. Do they move him on to a big job? Does someone take a chance? Of course, Curt Cignetti got the huge extension this year. I think some of these big jobs are going to open up even more as the season goes on. And so for these teams that really like their coaches, they're going to have to do what Indiana did. They're going to have to offer their coaches a great extension to keep them around. And, yeah, the coach really matters. Not that it ever didn't, but it especially does now. And in a world where all these teams are desperate to have the great coaches, they pay so much, they give such high buyouts, you kind of get into some deep turmoil here if you don't lock up the right coach. And there's a lot of pressure. Those guys take the most pressure. So, yeah. Let's talk quickly about the World Series. I wanted to preview this. I'm going to be out of town this weekend. I'll try to have some video content, but I'm not sure if I will or won't be able to. So I'm going to preview this, give my predictions. So the World Series starts on Friday. We've got Friday, Saturday games, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and potentially a Game 7 Saturday on November 1st, if necessary, of course. So watching that last game, I have some hope for the Blue Jays. But if we're trying to do predictions here, I think the Dodgers win. I think they win pretty handily here. I would say 5 games. It's probably yikes. I would say 5-6 games for the Dodgers. I just think their pitching is too good. And yeah, we saw the Blue Jays, they were inconsistent against the Brewers. Their bats were going in some games, not going in others. Of course, the Dodgers also have better hitting than the Brewers did as well. And there's guys that have been hot, the Mariners. I don't know why I'm saying the Brewers, but the Mariners. Yeah, so the Dodgers have better hitting than the Mariners. They have better pitching, and that team took the Blue Jays to 7 games. I don't know about the Blue Jays' consistency pitching. Their bullpen's been shaky. Of course, the Dodgers has too, but they've really had 4 guys they can turn to for starting pitchers. The organization is so well run. Ohtani had an incredible, absolutely incredible Game 5 where he pitched 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs. It was just unbelievable effort. And with guys like that, with Sasaki coming in as closer, he's been unhittable throughout the season, a little shakier in the postseason. They've got Scott on the mound. Yamamoto's been great. You've got all these guys that can potentially pitch a full game. You've got 3 guys right now that pitched nearly a full game in the last series, and now they're off of 4 or 5 days of rest. This team is healthy. They're ready to go. I think the Dodgers win this thing easily and repeat. And it's disappointing because it's not fun to see repeats in baseball in a sport that's so all over the place, unless you're a Dodgers fan. But boy, this team looks good. And something's going to have to change. Their pitching is going to have to get knocked around. Someone's going to have to get hurt. The Blue Jays are going to have a series of a lifetime, but I just think there's too much firepower. But it's a battle of the blue, and it's going to be awesome. So certainly excited for that. Lastly, so for this NBA season, I'm going to try to figure out how to build a model for sports odds of some sort. And this might be a longer sequence project here, and it might be comparing betting lines. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. But I do want to figure out, I want to work on learning to predict these things. But with this first game, I was comparing lines from different sites. And yeah, I would say the bets that I like, I think it was Vucevic to get 10 rebounds against Detroit. He's gotten double-digit rebounds 6 of their last 7 games. That one seems pretty good, as well as Zion Williamson over points, rebounds, and assists. I think it was 37, 38.5. So you're saying, all right, he might have 20 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists to get that. Potentially 30 points if they play well against the Grizzlies. I've got him in that one. So yeah, those are my two player bets. We'll see. I'm not super into trying to make money off betting. I think it's just interesting to learn about the odds, what the odds mean, why the odds are a certain way. A lot of times teams seem like an overwhelming favorite, and you look at the betting lines and it's way different, and why that is. So I want to learn more about that and predictive sports stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, I am excited to keep talking, and I'll be traveling, but I'll do my best to keep you in the loop. So, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.